from Johannesburg in South Africa. A search and rescue operation is continuing at Ekapa Mine in Kimberley in South Africa's Northern Cape province following a mudslide yesterday. 5 mine workers are believed to be trapped and communication has been cut off. For an update, we are joined on the line by SABC reporter Ulrich Hendriks. Ulrich, good afternoon. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Hi, good afternoon, Lulu.
Now, what's the situation at the mine right now, and why has communication been cut off?
Well, at the moment, things look like any other day, but a couple of kilometers from where we are, 800 meters down in the shaft, of course, those 5 mine workers remain trapped. We spoke to the MD of Ekapa Mine, Martin, just a couple of minutes ago. He was saying that things are not looking good in terms of the rescue operation at the moment. Because as you can imagine, during this mud rush, there's a lot of water and a lot of mud that are actually in that shaft that's 800 and something meters down. And they're barely keeping up with pumping the mud and the water out. And that is important to get that mud and the water out because they have to get that out before they can send rescue operators down to get those people. Communication got cut off in that mud rush because basically it destroys everything in its path. I can describe it maybe like a tsunami, but with mud and water and happening underground. So it is a mass of water and mud just rushing through those shafts, and the telephone lines and infrastructure within that area obviously cut off as a result. Martin also told us that they have been trying to look for other means to secure proof of life. Trying to less technological advanced ways to just check if the people are still alive, because at the moment they're not sure if they are injured, if they are healthy, or if they are deceased at the moment. But all the efforts up to now to get proof of life have been unsuccessful, Lulu.
And what concerns have been raised around workers' safety at this point in time?
Well, there are a number of former workers from Ekapa Mine who are actually outside the premises. And they've been telling us that, this company has a history of sort of skirting around safety issues, and that there's been mud rushes. There was one in 2023, there was one in 2024, and another one that's currently, playing out before us. So we spoke to the MD, of course, and put that question to them. And, he was saying the kind of mining that they do is prone to mud rushes, and they try by all means to put safety first and put safety protocols in place. But at the moment, during this mud rush, those protocols and safety issues just failed, and as a result, the mud rush occurred, and the 5 miners, remain trapped at the moment. Lulu?
And what of the families? What support is being provided for or to the families of the trapped workers?
Well, the company have been shielding the family from the media, from basically everyone at the moment. They have in the very first press release confirming the incident. They basically said that they've been in contact with the families. They have been given counselling. This morning when we came here just around 6 o'clock, just to report for duty, we saw a number of workers going in and out, reporting for shift, and then others, going off shift. And we spoke to them, off camera and, off mic. And they basically told us that, the workers themselves are also getting counselling as a result, of the 5 mine workers, and as a result of the incident. As you can imagine, it is, something that is, heartbreaking to colleagues and family as well.
Now, Ulrich, with regards to the company, the mining company, Ekapa, How long are they going to push for, continued search and rescue? And as you mentioned, they're still trying to find out proof of life and all those things. Are they giving themselves a time frame, or is it more than likely going to be another incident of the Lily mine of a couple of years ago?
Listen, this is not going to be something that is going to happen today. They're not going to extract the miners today simply because of the amount of water and the amount of mud that are in that shaft. That's an 800-meter shaft. It's nearly a kilometer long. You've got water, you've got mud. The rescue operations are not going well at the moment. So it's going to take at least a couple of days. It might go into a week, depending on, how fast they can pump out that water. They haven't given us a timeline. We were specific and asked them about an ETA, if they're hoping maybe tomorrow or the day after, but they were very adamant that, they can't put a timeline, and that's purely because, of the amount of water and mud in that shaft. If the miners are still alive, time is of the essence. We just don't know if some of them are injured, if they have sufficient food, if they have sufficient air down there. Time is really of the essence. And it doesn't look good in terms of the rescue operation with purely just the amount of water and mud that they have to get through to get to the trapped workers.
Well, Ulrich, we'll leave it there for today. Thank you for joining us on Africa Update. That's SABC reporter Ulrich Hendriks joining us on the line.
Africa at Play with Neto and ETO Chairman.
Lelita, talk to us about your relationship with your father, Coach Pitso. What is this one thing